So I wanted to share about how I came to recognize Buddha Maitreya the Christ as the reincarnation of Christ and Buddha and Babaji. And it first started, I had an etheric weaver for about a year. And I used to go to many different kinds of healings and gurus and masters, so-called masters. And the etheric weaver I found was actually the most powerful healing that I'd come across. So I used that a lot. And one day I found out who was behind it. And I saw one of his teachings online. And he was saying that he was the reincarnation of Buddha and Krishna and Christ. And I found it really hard to believe that they were all the same person, let alone the fact that he was actually incarnated as some American who I'd never seen before, met before, or heard about. So I had a lot of doubt and skepticism. And sometime after that, I was in his center in Glastonbury. And I was really drawn to sell the etheric weavers wholesale and let other people connect to the healing energy that came out of those. But while I was in his center in Glastonbury, I tried on one of these solar forms. And for the next 4 or 5 hours, my mind went completely empty. And what I knew from actually the concept of recognizing a master was that they're able to transmit the empty mind. And that's when I started to realize there was actually something much more to this just being a scientific healing tool. There was actually a master behind it. And I started becoming more open to who Buddha Maitreya was. Sometime after that, a friend mentioned that he was Christ, and I actually stopped and meditated and prayed to Christ and said, Christ, if this is you and you are incarnated and as Buddha Maitreya, then just let me know. And I was overwhelmed with just the most incredible amount of love. I was looking at his photograph and I just felt the love coming from him. And I broke down crying. And over that same couple of years, I was looking for Babaji, who was the great Himalayan yogi that was renowned for living a very, very long time. And while I was looking for him, I had Buddha Maitreya's etheric weaver and his music. And one day I put the CD on and I just couldn't handle the energy from the CD. I found it very agitating. It was bringing up a lot of my issues. And I just wanted to get rid of it as quickly as possible. So again, about a year later, once I purchased a solar form and meditated for some time, I was looking at Buddha Maitreya's photograph and connecting with Babaji and just recognizing that it was the same person. And again, feeling Babaji's energy coming from Buddha Maitreya and feeling overwhelmed by the fact that I'd seen the same person and just hadn't recognized him as the great master that I was looking for. So that was really humbling to realize that I wasn't in a position to even recognize the teacher I was looking for, even though he was right in front of me. And from what I understand, that happens a lot. That happened with Jesus and his disciples. That happened with Buddha Gautama and his disciples. Happened with Babaji. They're rarely recognized while they're alive. So I just wanted to share the fact that he is alive and just to be open to the possibility that this is him, and just see if you can pray or ask God to help you get closer to the incarnation of the avatar, which is who he is. I had another experience about a year ago in India when I went with Buddha Maitreya to the Buddha Maitreya pyramid in Bangalore. So this is a huge pyramid, and there was hundreds and hundreds of people there meditating and receiving teaching from Buddha Maitreya for the first time. And quite a few of them coming up to him, recognizing him as Shiva and getting blessed by him. And it was amazing just to witness their whole expression change as soon as he blessed them. And there was tears in their eyes, and they were really moved to actually meet this great master and recognize him in that moment. So that was probably about 500 people in India, and I've never experienced a more profound peace. It was for about 2 or 3 days, just complete emptiness and just absolute joy and bliss in every step, just walking around those grounds in his presence. So yeah, many other miraculous testimonials that I've been around and heard people talking about their own cancers disappearing and wounds healing. And these are people that I've spoken to in person, just from volunteering for the church. But yeah, so that's been my experience, just a little peek, and just really recommend anyone to just keep meditating on any of these healing tools that he puts out there, and just be open to the fact that Christ is incarnated and that he is here. So yeah, all the best. Enjoy.